My girlfriend posted single and ready to mingle on her Instagram. I commented, congrats on the freedom. Then I packed her bags and sent it to her parents' house. Now she is single and homeless as well. I, 27, male, was sitting on my couch watching the game when my buddy Trent sent me a screenshot. Bro, isn't this your girl? It was my girlfriend Kendra's, 25, Instagram. Brand new post. Her in that red dress I bought her for our anniversary. Caption, single and ready to mingle. Who's trying to show a girl a good time tonight? Fresh start, new beginnings, available AF. Posted 23 minutes ago. Already had 156 likes and dozens of thirsty comments. We'd been living together for 2 years. She was literally in the shower in my apartment while posting this. I sat there for maybe 10 seconds. Then typed a comment. Congrats on the freedom. The likes on my comment started rolling in immediately. Her friends were confused. Random dudes were backing off. The chaos was instant. I heard the shower turn off, put my phone down, walked to the bedroom and started packing her stuff. Not angrily, methodically, folding everything neat, organizing by category, even wrapped her makeup in tissue paper so nothing would break. She came out towel-wrapped, scrolling her phone, face getting paler by the second. Babe, I can explain. No need, your Uber's coming in 20 minutes. My what? Uber. To your parents' house. Already texted your mom you're coming home. Her phone started ringing, then buzzing with texts. The post had blown up in our friend group. But here's the thing about Kendra. She never expected consequences. Ever. It was just a joke. For engagement. Tamara said controversial posts get more followers. I kept packing. Cool, you'll have lots of time for engagement from your childhood bedroom. She tried to grab her stuff back. You can't just kick me out, I live here. Actually, you don't. You're not on the lease. You don't pay rent. You're a guest who just announced she's single, so I'm helping you be single, efficiently. The Uber pulled up. I loaded her bags while she stood there in her towel and my flip-flops, frantically deleting the post. This is illegal. I have rights. The Uber driver looked uncomfortable. I handed him a $20 tip. Her parents' address is already in the app. Thanks, man. She got in the car, still in the towel, crying about how I was overreacting and psychotic and couldn't take a joke. I went back inside, changed the locks that evening. My landlord's actually my cousin Malik. He brought the new locks over himself after seeing the post. Then I did something petty. I posted my own Instagram story. When your ex announces she's single while living in your apartment rent-free, with a picture of my spotless, newly empty spare closet. The messages started immediately. Update 1, woke up to 73 messages from Kendra, 31 from her mom Diane, and 18 from her sister Jade. Also, approximately everyone I've ever met had seen the drama unfold. Kendra's messages evolved through the stages of grief at record speed. Denial, baby please let's talk, this is all a misunderstanding. Anger, you immature piece of trash, how dare you humiliate me. Bargaining, I'll pay half the rent from now on please, I have nowhere to go. Depression, I can't believe you'd throw away 2 years over a post. Acceptance, haha, nope, she went back to anger, I'm going to destroy you. Diane's texts were something else. How dare you put my baby out on the street? She made one mistake. You need to man up and work this out. She was joking. Don't you understand social media? I responded once. Your daughter announced she was single to 3,400 followers while living in my apartment. She's now single. You're welcome. But here's where Kendra's entitlement really started showing. She posted a TikTok, because of course she did, titled Storytime. My boyfriend kicked me out over an Instagram post. She twisted everything. According to her version, I was controlling and monitored her social media. I never let her have male friends. The post was about female empowerment. I threw her belongings in the trash. I physically pushed her out. The video got 50,000 views in 6 hours. The comments were split, half calling me toxic, half calling her out for announcing she's single while in a relationship. Then Tamara, the friend who suggested the post, made her own video defending Kendra, saying it was a social experiment about how men react to confident women. A social experiment. Right, my boy Malik commented, social experiment? So what was the hypothesis? That actions have consequences? Experiment successful, then. But Kendra wasn't done. She showed up at my apartment that afternoon with her dad Frank and 2 guys I didn't recognize. They were there to collect her belongings. Everything you own is at your parents' house, I told them through the Ring camera. I have receipts showing delivery confirmation. She has more things in there. Frank insisted. Like what? Her presence, her energy. 2 years of memories. One of the random guys tried to look intimidating. Just open the door, man. Don't make this difficult. I called the cops, told them my ex was trying to force entry with unknown men. They arrived in 12 minutes. The officers were the same ones who dealt with my neighbor's domestic situation last month. They recognized me. Sir, we need to collect our friend's belongings, random guy number 1 said to the cops. What belongings? The officer asked. Her stuff. Be specific. They couldn't, because everything she owned was already at her parents' house. I showed the officers the delivery confirmation, the photos I'd taken of everything packed, even the Uber receipt. Ma'am, if you have specific items you believe are inside, you can file a civil claim, but you can't force entry. Kendra started fake crying. He's keeping my emotional support items. What items? My vibrator. Everyone went silent. Her dad's face turned purple. The cops tried not to laugh. Random guy number 2 stepped back like he wanted to evaporate. Ma'am, that's something you'd need to handle in civil court. They left, but not before Kendra screamed. This isn't over. You'll regret this. Update 2. So Kendra decided to go nuclear. And by nuclear, I mean she tried to ruin my entire life. First, she called my job, told my manager Brett that I was emotionally unstable and had threatened her. Brett called me into his office. Dude, your ex just called claiming you're dangerous. What's going on? I showed him everything. The original post, her TikTok lies, the Ring footage of her showing up with random men. Brett leaned back. Jesus, my ex did something similar when we broke up. Claimed I stole her dog. I don't even like dogs. You good to work? Yeah, man, I'm good. Cool. I'll let HR know she's not to contact the company again. Strike 1 failed. Next, she went after my reputation. Started messaging every woman on my followers list, warning them about how I'm abusive and controlling. And will destroy their lives. My friend Destiny forwarded me the messages. Hey girl, I see you follow my ex. Just wanted to warn you, he's dangerous. He kicked me out with nowhere to go over an innocent post. He's probably already stalking your profile. Be safe. Destiny replied to her. Girl, you posted that you were single while living with him? And he's the problem? She messaged 84 women, got absolutely roasted by most of them. But the real kicker came when she tried to get back at me through my mom. My mom, Carla, is a saint. Retired teacher, volunteers at the church, makes cookies for the neighborhood kids. Kendra sent her this long, dramatic email about how I needed mental health intervention and how she was concerned for my well-being and only wanted what's best for me despite everything. My mom forwarded it to me with one line, "This girl really thought I didn't raise you right? LOL." Then my mom did something savage. She replied to Kendra, CCing Kendra's mom, Diane. Dear Kendra, thank you for your concern about my son. However, I'm more concerned about a young woman who announces she's single while in a committed relationship, then plays victim when faced with consequences. I raised my son to respect himself. That includes not accepting disrespect from others. I suggest you focus on your own well-being and growth. Also, I've seen the TikTok. You should be ashamed of yourself for lying about my son. Regards, Carla. P.S. Diane, we need to talk about your daughter's behavior. Coffee Tuesday? The fallout was immediate. Diane called Kendra screaming about embarrassing the family. Apparently, my mom and Diane go to the same yoga class. Diane had been defending Kendra to everyone, not knowing about the TikTok lies. Meanwhile, Kendra's housing situation was getting desperate. Her parents gave her a week to find a new place because she'd been treating their house like a hotel, coming in at 3 a.m., having random guys over, eating all their food but contributing nothing. She started posting sob stories on Instagram. When you realize who really cares about you, struggling but surviving. Anyone know of affordable apartments? Going through a tough time. Remember Tamara, the friend who suggested the controversial post? She offered Kendra her couch for $600 a month, or a couch. But here's the twist. Kendra had been telling everyone she was this successful influencer making bank from brand deals. Reality? She had 3,400 followers, and her last sponsored post was for a teeth whitening kit that paid her in product only. She needed money, fast. So she did what any entitled person would do, started a Help Me Rebuild campaign on social media, posted this long story about being financially abused and left with nothing and how she needed support from her community to start over. Her goal? $5,000. She raised $37 from her grandma. Update 3. The desperation was real now. Kendra had exhausted most of her options, but she wasn't done being entitled. Not by a long shot. She started a YouTube channel, Living My Truth, A Survivor's Journey. Her first video, My Narcissistic Ex Kicked Me Out, Story Time. She really sat there for 23 minutes spinning tales about our relationship. According to her, I controlled what she wore. I literally never cared. I isolated her from friends. She went out 4 nights a week. I monitored her spending. She didn't have money to spend. I was threatened by her success. What success? The video got 2,000 views, not because it was good, but because people love train wrecks. The comments were brutal. Girl, you said you were single while living with him. The math ain't mathing. This is what accountability sounds like, and she don't like the sound. But my personal favorite, sis really thought she could disrespect someone publicly and keep living in their house? The delusion is astronomical. Then came the extinction. Wait, no. Then came what I call the spiral. Kendra decided if she couldn't have her old life back, she'd create a new one. She started dating immediately. And by dating, I mean she was matching with any dude who'd swipe right. One of these guys was Rico. Rico seemed successful. Nice car, expensive clothes, always posting about his business ventures. Kendra thought she'd hit the jackpot. She moved in with him after knowing him for 5 days. Started posting pics immediately. Upgrade season. This is what a real man looks like. Some people level up, some people level down. Guess which one I did? I didn't respond, didn't react, just kept living my life. But karma has a sense of humor. My buddy Damien knows Rico. Turns out Rico's business ventures were selling knockoff designer goods from his mom's garage. The nice car was a rental. The expensive clothes were from his inventory of fakes. Even better, Rico had 3 other girlfriends, and they all found out about each other through Kendra's Instagram posts. Girl 1, Destiny, different from my friend Destiny, commented, "Isn't that my boyfriend's apartment?" Girl 2, Asia, replied, "Your boyfriend? He told me he was single." Girl 3, Brianna, entered the chat, "Ladies, I have receipts. Who wants to see them?" The comment section became a whole investigation. They figured out Rico's rotation schedule, compared texts, shared screenshots. It was beautiful chaos. Kendra tried to delete the post, but people had already screenshotted everything. Someone made a TikTok about it, then another. The phrase, Rico's roster, started trending locally. She was out of Rico's place within 48 hours, but not before she tried to steal his fake Gucci inventory to sell. He called the cops on her. The irony was delicious. Final update. So here's where we ended up. Kendra, now truly homeless, finally had to face reality. Her parents were done. Tamara wanted $600 for a couch. Rico was threatening legal action over his fake designer goods. Her influence was now just people watching to see what disaster came next. She reached out to me one last time, not through text or call, but through email. A formal, desperate email. "Dear my name, I hope this finds you well. I've been doing a lot of reflection and realize I may have handled our situation poorly. I'd like to discuss the possibility of reconciliation and perhaps a living arrangement that works for both of us. I'm willing to pay 30% of rent, negotiable. Apologize publicly within reason. Delete the videos, most of them. Attend couples counseling if you pay. Please consider this mature offer. Best, Kendra." I didn't reply, but I did forward it to my mom, who forwarded it to Diane, who apparently lost her mind. Called Kendra screaming about begging a man you disrespected and having no dignity and raised you better than this. The last I heard through mutual friends, Kendra's living with her Aunt Rhonda 4 hours away. She's working at Rhonda's daycare. She hates kids. Her Instagram is now private with 432 followers. She's still posting quotes about growth and healing. Tamara doesn't talk to her anymore after Kendra blamed her for everything. Her TikTok got banned for misleading content. As for me, I'm great. Started dating this girl Simone from my kickboxing class. First thing I told her about was the whole Kendra situation. She laughed for 10 minutes straight and said, "So you're telling me you have boundaries and enforce them?" Green flag. My apartment's never been cleaner. My mental health's never been better. My friends joke that I should teach a masterclass in how to handle disrespect with grace. Oh, and the best part? Kendra's grandmother, the one who donated $37, reached out to apologize for her granddaughter's behavior. We had coffee. She's actually delightful. She told me Kendra's been like this since childhood, always pushing boundaries, never expecting consequences. "You did her a favor," she said. "Maybe now she'll learn." Probably not, but maybe. A few weeks ago, I saw Kendra at a gas station when I was visiting a friend near her aunt's place. She was pumping gas into some beat-up Honda, wearing sweats, looking exhausted. We made eye contact. She opened her mouth like she wanted to say something, then closed it, got in her car and drove away. My friend asked if that was awkward. "Nah," I said. "She's single and ready to mingle. I'm just single and ready to live my life." Do I feel bad about how things ended? No. She publicly disrespected our relationship for Instagram likes. She lied about me being abusive. She tried to destroy my reputation. She brought random men to my home. She harassed my family. She learned that actions have consequences. To all the dudes in her DMs who thought she was really single that night, she was all yours, kings. Hope you enjoyed the show. And Kendra, since I know you still check my socials from fake accounts, yes, Simone and I are very happy. Yes, she's prettier than you. And yes, she actually pays half the rent. Stay single, stay ready to mingle, stay at your aunt's house. Edit, stop asking for her Instagram. We're not doing that. Edit 2. To everyone saying I should have just talked to her, she announced she was single to thousands of people while living in my home. What's there to discuss? Edit 3. Simone says hi and wants everyone to know she actually pays 50% of everything because she's a grown woman with a job. Edit 4. My mom and Diane still do yoga together. It's apparently very awkward. My mom loves it,